Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 LSC Women's Basketball Online Media Day. I'm Lucas Kinsey, and joining me today, members of the Lady Buff basketball squad, head coach Josh Prock, also women's basketball players Azia Himeur, and also Karley Motschenbacher. Thank you all for being here today. Yeah. All right. Let's start off here with Coach Prock. Coach, last season, talk about your team and the Lady Buffs, and you bring back a lot of returners from last year, a 21-win, 11-loss record. And it was a little bit of a roller coaster ride. You start the year winning a lot of games. In fact, started out winning 12 of the first 14. In the conference, you went 14-8. Did earn the NCAA tournament bid and fell just 5 points short in that opening round. You bring back all these returners, you get some new pieces in, but what did you learn from your team last year?
I just think the word resiliency would be the best word I can describe these young ladies. I mean, when you talk about having 5 games all year with everybody healthy and the way they were just to be able to continue to be resilient and battle back and had a lot of adversity. So these young ladies showed a lot of character. And I was overly impressed. And just like when we finished the year last year, when we unfortunately came up short against Angelo State, Lauren Taylor and I were walking up to the media, and I just looked at her and said, I couldn't be more proud of a team, just for how they fought, and like I said, come up a little bit short. But we're excited about this year, excited what we have coming in, and excited what we have coming back, so it should be fun.
Yeah. Now, in the Lone Star Conference, it has a reputation year in and year out of being one of the toughest in the country. Last year in the regional tournament, 5 of those 8 teams that qualified were all from the LSC. You've coached in the league for a long time. Is the conference at a place now where it's as tough as it's ever been?
Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult this year. I mean, you have teams like UT Tyler, obviously, last year with their emergence, making it all the way to the Elite 8. Texas Women's is always one of the better teams. I mean, Lubbock Christian, Angelo State. And then, Texas A&M Kingsville has done a tremendous job. You go on the road anywhere, whether it's Texas International, Oklahoma Christian, Lawton, and we can just keep naming all places. I mean, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a dogfight every night. You got a bunch of great coaches, a bunch of great players. So we're going to have to bring our A game, to be able to compete, night in and night out.
For sure. Karley Motschenbacher, we'll talk to you first here. Karley comes back for her junior season for West Texas A&M. And last year, Karley led the team in scoring, assists, and steals. Also finished second on the team in rebounding. And that's what I love about Karley is that size is not it doesn't matter with her if she's going to go out and battle and get those rebounds some way. Last year finished first team all LSC and also all defensive team. Talk a little bit about your versatility, Karley, and how that comes into play. I mean, really, whatever coach needs you to do, you're going to go do that. But in terms of the last couple of seasons, how you've developed and been able to use that.
Yeah, I think it's all about the trust that he has in me. Each game, I feel like I have a different role. It depends on what we need as a team and what I can provide, whether it's guarding a really good offensive player, needing to step up on scoring or getting those rebounds if they're oversized. Either one, I'm glad that he's put that trust in me so that I can just be myself and go out there and do what I need to do for the team.
Yeah.
So.
Did you have a goal or something that you wanted to work on specifically for you in the off season going into this year?
After hurting myself, my goal was just to get my confidence back and to just feel rested and recovered. And I think that I'm at a place where I do feel that, and I'm really excited to see where this year takes us.
Yeah. I mentioned some of the returners. I mean, you have 8 returners from last year's team. 6 of those returners made a start, somewhere during the season last year. How important is that going to be for this year's team, just that experience factor?
Super, super good. I feel like last year our roles for the entire team weren't really defined, and I think people were just kind of thrown into different positions, different spots, and they didn't really know what to do with it. And they were just trying to find their spot on the team. And this year, I think everyone is bought in, and we do have more of those defined roles. And I think that that's going to be a huge strength for our team this year because everyone knows exactly what they need to do every game to bring it and to do what the team needs for them.
Awesome. Azia Himeur, junior guard from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And last year, Azia put up some impressive numbers, 7.5 points a game, 52 three-pointers, which was good for top 15 in the Lone Star Conference. Talk about your success last year, Azia, and also what makes you such a sharp shooter. You got that quick release and it goes in most of the time.
Well, Coach Prock in practice is always talking about when someone does shoot the ball, he's like, do you need a permission slip signed so you can shoot the ball? But he's never said that to me once because I would just shoot regardless. I never hesitate. So I think not hesitating helps me just just shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Success overall, I think I knew what I went through my freshman year, and I wasn't getting as many minutes as I wanted, so I just had to turn it around and do what I could to get on the floor and see minutes.
Okay. And speaking of that, that leads me into my next question. I can remember last year at the beginning of the season talking to Coach Prock about you, and he was saying Azia has to improve her defense. If she wants to get those minutes, which you did, I needed her to improve her defense. You clearly got that message. How did that change? What did you do to kind of help your overall defensive game?
I honestly just like a mentality kind of change.
Okay.
I was just, whenever I was on defense, I'm like, I'm not going to let this person get around me, or I'm going to want to guard the best player on their team. Like, just have, like Karley was saying, having a role.
Yeah.
And my role was not just to shoot the ball, but to also stop it as well.
Josh, two really talented guards that you are fortunate to get to coach. Talk about these young ladies, not just what makes them great on the court, but also how you've seen them develop as leaders and, off the court.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. I mean, Azia came on last year, like we mentioned, obviously a freshman year. I was super impressed with her even her freshman year just because, she didn't get the minutes she wanted and still being the loudest one on the bench, loudest one over there at practice every day, encouraging her teammates and stuff like that. That speaks volumes to a kid's character. And Azia was, one of the best at that I've ever had. And so when she came in her sophomore year, there was a challenge to her, hey, Azia, you got to improve your defense. You got to do this and that. And, I think what she said is so true. It's just a mentality shift that you have. You shift your mentality to where I'm going to start locking people down. And she did. She did a great job of that. And so, and she's consistently, I should say, been one of our better leaders every day because she consistently brings the same attitude, the same effort every day. And I mean, it's hard to go into how many, adjectives you can describe Karley Motschenbacher.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just been one of the most amazing young ladies I've ever coached. I mean, she can do a little bit of everything, whether you need her to get out and run, you need her to score, you need her to rebound, you need her to defend. I mean, she can get you 15, 16 points and still shut down the other team's best player.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard to do, And so I was super proud of her, and she's really stepped up her leadership as well this year, and it's been fun to watch. And, to her point, I think it was such a great point because last year was it was so hard to figure out where we're going to put everybody and what to do just because we didn't consistently have the same lineup all the time.
Yeah.
And so this year, I mean, our fingers are crossed. We stay healthy and stuff like that, and we can continue with those roles, and it should be fun. But these two have definitely led the way, and it's been fun as a coach to see their development in that area.
Yeah. In the current landscape that we're in college athletics, there's a lot of turnover, from year to year, transfer portal, you bring in new players, also your incoming freshmen. You mentioned the returners, and that's great for West Texas A&M, but you also have 4 Division I transfers that are coming in. Talk a little bit about those new faces.
Yeah, we're extremely excited about them. I mean, you got Grace Alvarez from University of Texas, El Paso. Extremely quick guard, really likes to push the tempo. Very, very talented young lady. You got Rosemary from Pepperdine. I mean, she's just kind of an effort kid. She's very talented, but she plays hard all the time. The same thing with Gloria from Central Arkansas. I mean, she consistently plays hard all the time, and then you can bring in somebody like a 6'3" kid like Bella from University of Texas Arlington who brings that size, factor to it and can finish around the basket and give you that depth in the post. So we knew we needed to, get depth in our post position. And so that was one of the target areas we had in the portal. And we went out and we felt like we met all of our needs. And these kids really fit with the culture of what we're doing. And so it's been fun to watch their progression. And of course, obviously not to mention all the returners that we have with Nyla and Holly and Kyla and Zoe and Bree. And just we're really excited about everybody else that's coming back.
Azia, when you walk into this building, the First United Bank Center, there's a lot of championship banners that are hanging, conference championships, a lot of trophies in this arena. Also, some All-American jerseys here and some jerseys that have been retired. So besides the winning and the tradition that comes with the Lady Buff basketball program, what else makes it so special for you as a player?
For me, it's just the community here.
Okay.
The community, everybody, the support. We wouldn't be here without the support, even from my teammates and coaches. Everybody, the support is just amazing, and I wouldn't be able to do it without the support.
Yeah, that's awesome. Karley, kind of ask you a question here about postseason. You've been to the NCAA tournament the last 2 years, right? First year, Elite Eight. So how excited are you about this year's team? You just heard Coach Prock talking about some of those new faces. We know we're bringing back a lot of girls with experience. So it sounds like we've got a good team ready to make another run. Mm-hmm. Talk about that.
Yeah, like I said before, I really believe that This team has bought in every single person.
Okay.
They want to be here and they want to play as hard as they can, and they're so unselfish. I think that that's a big part for us, is we all want to work for the person next to us. And especially with me, like, not knowing if it's going to be my last year, that's all I could ask for in this team, and I'm just super excited for where we go.
Well, we'll see if the Lady Buffs can punch a ticket to St. Joseph, Missouri. That's where the Elite Eight is going to be this year. So, Coach, last question for you here. The expectations are obviously always sky high for the Lady Buff program. We're less than 3 weeks away from this season getting underway. You're going to take on Arizona and Oklahoma in the exhibition games. So, what do you like about your team this year, and what can we expect to see on the court?
I think we've hit on it a little bit tonight. The chemistry. I mean, I really love how they're how they're kind of coming together as a unit. And as far as on the court, we're going to look to continue to push tempo, and continue to try to do the things that we've done in the past. We're going to try to shut down our opponents, try to be one of the best rebounding teams we can be. And the expectations. I mean, that's why it's why you're here. You want those expectations to be high. You want that to push you to become great at what you do. So it's been it's been fun to watch with these kids, and we can't wait to see what the outcome is going to be for this 23-24 season.
Awesome. Karley, Azia, thanks for being here with me today. Coach, thanks.
Thank
Good luck. We're ready to get this season started. So that'll do it for our Lone Star Conference Online Media Day on the women's side. Again, the Lady Buffs about 3 weeks away from the season starting with those exhibition games, and then they'll go to the D2 CCA Tip-Off Classic over at Lubbock Christian University.